have this interesting thing that me and my wife do. So what we do is we write down 3 different timelines. So one is you die in 1 day, and the next one is you die in 1 year, and the third one is you die in 10 years. And you have to fill out what do you want to do in 1 day, in 1 year, and 10 years. They are totally different, and you just keep it to yourself, the whole thing.
How often do you do that?
Every 2 years. So it's kind of funny. We started doing it since 2019. So we've got 2 down. Probably the next one comes in, and we just keep it to ourselves. Sometimes we open it up like 2-3 years after. It always changes, and it changes the perspective of like how you're living. And some of them you actually achieve them.
Yeah.
It's a very good thought experiment.
Man, I randomly found a notebook that I had in my pedestal next to my desk. Old notebook. And it had I had written goals in there from 2018 or something like that. I was looking at these goals. I'm like, fuck, I've done all of these.
Yeah, I've had that happen too.
Yeah, but the difference is that these are not goals. These are
correct.
the
These are
timeline death
That's
notes.
right.
Like, what are you going to do about
Before that time.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
that.
What do you want? So
Yeah, what are you
Yes.
going to do? Like, I already know off the top of my head what I'm doing if I die tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
On the 10 years, I wanted to have like 3 kids or something.
Yeah.
Even though they would get orphaned, I would still rather have kids.
Oh, without a doubt.
That is one of the goals, for
Yeah,
example.
without a doubt. I think one of the meanings of life, or to me anyway, I speak personally, but having kids is one of the greatest things that you will ever accomplish in your life. That's how I feel about it. And how many people take that for granted? Do you know what I mean? Do you ever think twice? Do you think twice? Wow, do you walk home tonight after a hard day's work, walk in to see your family, your kids, and go, fuck, I am the luckiest motherfucker on the planet. 99% of the people, when they walk home tonight, they take their jacket off, they take their shoes off, they sit on the couch, they watch some TV, they might fall asleep, they have dinner. Hey, baby, how are you? Give you a kiss. Give them a hug. How was your day at school? Oh, it was good. Okay. All right, sit on your phone.
we're distracted.
We are distracted. That's the best way to put it. You're distracted by your day-to-day tasks, all the things that you're trying to do in your business and your life. You're distracted, and it's taking you away from the things you genuinely want. And that's why it's so important to set some really clear goals, or those death notes, if you want to put it that way. What would you do differently if you're going to die tomorrow? What are you going to do differently if you die next year? What are you going to do differently if you die in 10 years? What are the things you want to do, before that happens?
I think, do you journal?
No, I don't. But when I found that notepad, I took it out and it's on my desk. And I want to start just writing shit in it again.
I think it's the most, I've had the same thing happen. You know, and who was might have been Hawaii or something, but they said something along the lines of, you've already achieved goals that you said would make you happy.
Yeah, I really like that. And it's so true.
So fucking true.
It's so true.
Dude, I had the same thing. I had a thing where it was like, I want to do this, and I want to go to this country, and I want to have this much money, and I want to have done this, and I want to quit my job and do this, and you know what I mean? And it's like, you've done all that now.
Mm.
Like, you've got all that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, goals are good because they're direction.
Mm.
That's why they're good. Like, they are cool. I'm headed this way. It's like punching in the address into Google Maps. You know what I mean? It'll tell you which way to go. But it's like, every now and again I stop and I journal on my computer.
Oh, right.
I've got an app called Day One. Okay, and I just type. I just fucking blah, 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 spit out whatever I can. I know what you're going to ask me, and ask me so everyone else knows.
I'm just saying from the perspective, do you think that's more powerful than writing it?
I think there is no difference.
Okay, cool.
People think you get more from writing. I don't believe that.
Yep.
What do you think your hand feeds differently to your brain because you moved it in a particular way?
You could probably write.
Keystrokes are the same.
Yeah, you could probably type more in the same time that it's going to take you to type it.
It's the exact same thing. It's just an old way of thinking, in my belief.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I type, and I ask myself, what do you want? Like, what the fuck do you want, dude? And this was the end of your life. What do you want? What are the things? And you need to ask yourself this, listening to this, right? What do you really want? Like, fuck all the other shit. Like, what do you want? Do you know what I mean? Like, dude,
It's not that simple.
we talk all about.
I don't understand that reference, Iggy.
That's from Notebook.
You haven't seen it?
Everyone's saying it.
I haven't seen it. But what do you
About this guy that journals every day.
Yeah. What do you want? What if your life, if all the other shit didn't matter, if no one can see it, if only you knew you could have it? What do you want? Do you know what I mean? If no one was going to find out whether you had it or not, what do you want? Because certain things in life would not be that cool if no one knew you had it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the Ferrari might be cool for a day. And I'm not saying don't get a Ferrari. Go nuts.
Yeah. Go sick.
Yeah. I'm all for the live. But like, what do you really want? What are the things that are going to matter to you most when you're 70 or 80 or 90 or 100? What are the things that you're going to look at and say, I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I went and saw the world. I'm so glad I traveled. I'm so glad I had kids. I'm so glad I lived my life the way I did, or did this, or gave to charity, or made this much money, whatever it is. Ask yourself the question, because it's going to give you direction in which way you want to go for 2025. And there is no end goal. Like there is no clock this and you're done until you're dead. And you don't get to decide that. But, well, I hope you don't. But it's going to give you the direction you want to go. Like it's going to make you, it's a tough question to answer, right? Like well, what do I really want here? And it usually comes down to like, if you ask yourself why you want the Ferrari, you want a feeling. You don't want the Ferrari.
That's right.
Really. It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
Right? You want money because it's security, not because you want money. If I said, hey, you're not going to have any money, but I'll buy you anything you want, but you can't have any money, you'd be cool with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have any money at all, but everything you want, you just send me an invoice and I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fine. Like, that's great.
That's it.
It gets you what you want. Money is a means to an end.
That's right.
Toys are a means to an end, but it's like, what do you want? What's that end? What's that feeling? Are you chasing security? You know what I mean? Are you chasing freedom? Are you chasing love, fun, laughter, relationships, caring? You know what I mean? Even family. Family is a means to an end. You know that, right? They make you feel a certain way. They're just humans.
Yeah.
They make you feel a certain way. You look at your kids and they fill you up with joy, gratitude, love.
100%.
Yeah. There's other people who look at their kids and say, fuck these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like the same experience.
Dude, some people aren't built for it. That's what I mean. They've gone in and done something because of, as you said, external pressures. I have to have kids because that's the next step. I have to get married because that's what everyone does at my age. I have to do these things. Like it is. I think a lot of people get into scenarios that they don't necessarily want to or want to have. Maybe some people want to just be a monk and travel the world and just like not have those obligations. And that's totally fine for them. And for you, you said, what do you want?
It's a tough question to answer, but I highly implore everyone listening to this, take 5 minutes out of your day. Just sit in the car before you get in the house.
Before you go to work.
Yeah, or in the morning before you take off. Like you're warming up the car, just sit down, close your eyes and say, what do I really
Write it down or type it.
Write it in your notes.
Yeah.
Download Day One. It's called Day One. It's a free app.
I would recommend reading any Ryan Holiday's books. They're pretty awesome about that kind of viewpoint. Especially, I just finished the book called Stillness is the Key. So it has the last chapter it talks about people have to find stillness in ourselves. It can be like in any kind of form. But in the last chapter, it talks about death. And it says, death is the most stillness that we can ever be. So it's a very like stoic, psychological, philosophical answer, but still like anybody should check it out.
Yeah.
What's it called? Stillness?
Stillness is the key.
There's a lot of, I like stoicism. Is that
Stoicism?
Stoicism, yeah. There's a lot that it's very practical and logical. I think that's why I like it. Being calm and emotional, just it is what it is. Like these are the facts. Like You don't need to worry about it. This is you worrying doesn't make it better, doesn't make it worse. There's a lot to like about, and a lot of lessons that you can learn and bring into your life. My employee the other day is like, he goes, one of the things I admire most about you, he goes, in stressful situations, you don't necessarily, most people would get into a situation that would really stress them, because you tend to have a cooler head around more difficult situations. I said, look, that's because I've gone through situations that are stressful and I've realized I got out the other end of them and continued to grow and become better. Now I tend to embrace the challenge, and I look at it from a more mature but also more experienced mind.
Yeah. Also, you've done the reps. You know what I mean? You can't
correct.
go in and lift the 20 kilo dumbbell straight away.
That's right.
You start off with the 3, then the 5, then the 7. And then you've been there for 12 months, someone sees you lifting the 20, and they're like, oh, how do you know?
He's strong.
And you're like, been here for a while.
Yeah. That's what we're saying last week, is again with Adam and him wanting to do content. It's like, I feel like I'm only going to get 2-3 likes. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably will. And it'll probably be like that for 6 months.
And that's fine.
Yeah, totally fine. But that's the thing. You got to be happy with that. It's part of the journey. I think you got to realize that you just got to, I feel that people need to enjoy the journey.
Credit to him for not just being aware of it, but
Just being honest.
admitting it. Yeah.
Yeah, being honest.
But yeah, I think, what do you want?
Good question. Yeah, very good question. It's
Because you never want what you have, right? Desire comes from lack.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As soon as you say, what do you want? You think of all the things you don't have.
That's what I'm saying. Desire comes from lack.
Yeah,
There is no desire without a lack of something.
that's right.
Right? A person who has, do you reckon Elon Musk sits there, more money? Those people who think he's after more money, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he's not after more money. He doesn't need, he knows, he can't even spend his money. Do you know what I mean? Like,
When you're buying Twitter for $44
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he has no way. That guy would have a whole different outlook on money.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's a funny concept, isn't it? You only want what's not there. Like, the way we are wired to focus on what is missing.
Yes. Not what you have.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.